Morning everybody, long time no see. How the world has changed since we last spoke. It's now 25 to 5 and I'm at Ashford Truckstop. It's been very hard lately for us all, I know it has. What with the COVID and everything and Brexit. I'm finding it very hard to tell you the truth, but as the day unfolds, I'm sure you will find out my views on things. Like I say, we're at Ashford Truckstop, just going to head down to Dover and jump on the boat across the Calais, and we're going down to into Germany to pick up a load to bring back. We're running empty. I am. No passenger, as you see. I wouldn't put her through this. I wouldn't put anybody through this, because it's been an absolute nightmare since we've come out of the EU. Had all that to contend with, and the Brexit and the COVID. You know, we've all got to wear a muzzle now, haven't we, so we don't bite anybody. So anyway, I'm just going to do my walk round check, and we'll get out of here. And it's just over 30 minutes to Dover, so catch up soon. Right then, we're ready to rock and roll. Just got to go to the gate and hand our paid ticket in, and then I'll head on down into Dover. So right, let's go. You have to excuse me if I'm a little bit rusty, because I haven't done this for a little while ever. I'm not sure about my camera settings, how they're all set, because I've been playing about with them ages ago and I don't know how I've left them. Well, I do know, but obviously, yeah, I haven't edited for a while, and I'm waffling now, aren't I? Which isn't very good. Well, it's not a good start. Yeah, so I feel like I'm a bit rusty at this now, so you'll have to bear with me. I don't know if I'll be up to my normal standard, if I had any standard to come to that. But as you can tell, I'm not in my comfy little MAN anymore. We're in this big old bendy thing. It's okay, but not very good to live in. It's not a bad workplace, but I'll talk about that later. I'll give you a little bit of a cab tour, and come on, there you go. Yeah, I'd rather be in my little truck actually, because as we all know, that was very useful. We had a little kitchen on the side, we had a table on the side, the fridge there, we had a table on the dash. In this you've got nowhere to prepare food, but I'm not going to go on about this truck now, because I'm sure you'll hear all about that later. So we'll go and get out of this place. The world's gone mad, isn't it? Absolute madness. And we got a rat. Oh, I don't know where that is. It's under the fridge or under the storage box thing over there or something. I can't find where it is. Where's my ticket? Here it is. Right, we'll hand that into the gate. They normally put a stick across because we're left-hand drive. Save us crawling across the cab. Poke a stick out. And that truck's got a wire on it. I don't know what that's all about. Wire around the drive axle. Perhaps the ministry's had him and parked him up in here. Another naughty boy. Right, here we go. Steady does it. There we go. Let's stop doing that stupid diddly-dee noise. Morning. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Good. Not so bad. Here we go again. Cheers, lovey.
$1, $1.
Yeah.
See you later.
Cheers, love. Bye. they're always nice and friendly here. They always got a smile for you, always have a little chat. I do like Ashford Truckstop, but you've got to book early. Just to,
now,
thank you,
thank you, Jane. Exit.
Yeah, just to be on the safe side, I actually booked this place Saturday on the app that they have. But anyway, I've got to turn this light out now because I can't see where I'm going. I'll see you in Dover. So here we are, glorious Dover. We're just coming down to the port, to the buffer zone. Can you hear that rattling? Oh, I'm gonna have to sort that out. Trouble is, when you're here on your own, you can't find these rattles because they only rattle when you're going along. Let's have a look here. So this is empty. This looks alright. So now, because of all this Brexit rubbish, we got douane. You got the French, where we used to go through this first bit. Hang on, let's go on, let's do this. Yeah, we have to go through the French check now to take your COVID test in. Not take it in, but hand it into the window with your passport. Because we used to whiz straight through here before. We never used to have any of this bloody palaver. So that's the first bit. Look, maybe I should have gone down the P&O lane. This looks a little bit more nailed up here. Never mind. So yeah, we've got the extra check here with the Frenchie bloke, and then we go around and check in as normal. But when we're coming out, when we're exporting stuff now, it's a right palaver. You have to have all sorts of paperworks and all sorts of, it's just crazy now. Right, I've got me COVID pass test that I had in Clackett Lane. You see, that took me blooming hour and 3/4 to get that. Hour and a quarter waiting, queuing up. And then you've got to wait half hour for your results. But this ain't too bad here, look. Here we go. Just hand it through to the blokey in the window. Bonjour. Okay. Merci, monsieur. So that's not too bad. Only a few minutes in it, so but it has been queuing. That buffer zone we've just come through, that's been that has been queuing like mad lately. So it doesn't look too bad here. We get around the corner and make our decision whether we go on DFDS or P&O. Let's have a look, see what let's go to the left here. Still checking in on 6 o'clock to Calais. No, 5:50 Calais, still checking in. Actually, it doesn't look too bad anywhere. So, let's see. Get around the corner here and make our decision. That blasted rattle. Should we go P&O? should we go DFDS? Oh, let's go DFDS. There and because I always want to try the number out and I can't quite remember it, so I'll get this paperwork out. And so we're going 5:50 to Calais, hopefully. Go. Should we go on a Dunkirk? Morning, mate. How you doing? Can I, are you still checking in for the 6 o'clock Dunkirk? Yeah? Okay, mate. Cheers. Six o'clock, please, yeah. Yes, it is C 537471. Yes, mate, yeah. Cheers, buddy. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Cheers. Easy enough, wasn't it? So on the 6 o'clock to Dunkirk. I've not been on that route before, that's why I'm trying it. I've tried, shut this up, what lane we're in, 94. I went on DFDS for the first time last week to Calais. But I thought I'd just try the Dunkirk. I'll try the Dunkirk this time. Look, it's a 2-hour crossing, a slightly longer crossing. Might be full. Please excuse me because I'm. Let's put his bloody seatbelt on. Stop all this rumpus. So what's going on here? Then come on, then sort yourselves out. We want lane 94. This is going to be up here, isn't it? I've never been on you know, I'm new to this DFDS, so I don't normally come in these lanes. I normally go shooting down for the P&O ones. So that's why I'm. Oh, there's 94 there. So I think this bloke's going to be blocking the entrance somehow. Anyway, I can do that is to get round. Oh, there we go. Oh, straight out the front, look. Don't you love it when you get out the front? So I'm not going to squeeze through there. I'm going to go around here. And there we go. Of course, we've got one of them girly gearboxes in this truck where it's forward to go forward and back to go back, or R to go back. Forward, no, I don't know. D to go forward and R to go back. Any type of human can drive these. Right then, that's that. We'll just wait for the boat and then we'll be off. Maybe I should have gone in the 550 Calais, but never mind. Make our decisions, don't we? Right, while we're sitting here, while we're sitting, why did I say that? I don't know. At least going on the Calais to Dunkirk, it has saved me half-hour driving time. I know it takes a little bit longer on the ferry, but it gets you that much further on. So yeah, so it saves you half an hour-ish driving time. I've got two cameras running here. I've got my new GoPro 7, which I've had for ages, which I didn't get on with very well. I've put that up for the road footage at the moment, and I've got my old Hero 3 Plus. This is the one you're looking at me on now. I've got that one facing in. But I was thinking, you know, all the old vlogs I used to just use one camera. It was easier to edit, because then you haven't got to sort all the stuff out, because that camera there that we're looking at now, I used to flip round for the road and then flip back to me. I may change that again later to do that, but I just wanted to upgrade my camera. I spent all that money on that GoPro 7 and it's alright, but I don't really, you know, it's just more work, isn't it? But yeah, so it's been hard times, isn't it? It's been terrible, and they're just on about now, I don't know if it's arrived yet, but 100,000 deaths in the UK. We're the worst in the world, which I don't doubt it, with all the Dinlows you see just behaving like we haven't got a bloody pandemic going on. What else? Yeah, so we're in this thing now. I'm not happy with it. I like my little MAN, and the job I'm on is it's punching backwards and forwards to bloody Germany all the time, so I've got to do this day in, day out, week in, week out, crossing the channel. I've told them I don't really want to do it, so they're going to try and find me some UK work. I just want to stay domestic. I don't want to be going over the water. I don't mind going occasionally, but I may lose this new truck, but it don't matter. It's just a truck, and I'm of an age where things like that don't really bother me, as long as it's not a bag of rubbish. I was in an 18 plate MAN before this, and just for a few weeks until this came, and that was all right. You know, my old mate, he's retired now, Mick. He looked after it, so hopefully it's still in a clean condition, because he's obviously been left now for a couple of 3 months. But yeah, it's been hard. You know, my head's not been in a very good place, you know, with the old anxiety and everything. Plus, like when it first started in March last year, we were immediately, the old guys, the plus 60s, were sent home for our safety, and it's much worse now, and we've been brought back, and I'm doing this work and put in a very vulnerable position, and that worries me as well. You know, rubbing shoulders with all sorts of bloody oiks. I know I'm getting COVID tests twice a week when I do the Cologne run. You know, you've got to do it twice a week. It's something else I can't stand. It's disgusting. Well, it ain't disgusting, but it's bleh. But now, like where I'm going now, this is just the one trip down into Germany and back. So you have to have one. So not very good really. It's just rubbish. If things don't change, I might have to think about my future and maybe just hang the keys up and retire. I didn't want to finish on this sort of way. I wanted to finish on a high note, but so this job is, I've always said this job was the best job I've ever had in my 40 odd year career, and now it's turned into a blasted nightmare. But it's not all about the job, is it? It's about COVID and Brexit. The first week with Brexit, oh Christ, there's 3 of us running together. We took vehicles out of the country. Obviously that's export. The paperwork and the time that we had to waste going here, there and everywhere. A 4-day trip took 6 days, but I've seen drivers on social media, yeah, they do their trips that they normally do in a week, they've been away 2 or 3 blasted weeks trying to do it, and I can't be handling all that. I've had enough. I'm too long in the tooth for that, all that malarkey. Oh dear, I don't think life is going to be the same again, really. I think this is it. This is going to be it now until that's it, basically. Yeah, so right, come on boat, where are you? It's 20 to 6, look, and it's not even in. There's me going on about the boat not being in. They go on French time here, don't they? So because I've just looked at my ticket and I checked in at 27 past 6. It was 27 past 5. So obviously the 6 o'clock is the 7 o'clock UK. So it's just me. It's just me, innit? Shall I just put my muzzle on and shut up? Right, we're on. I've got it wrong again. It's not 6:50, but it is 6:50. I don't know what I'm doing, look. There we go. Straight on. What a result that is. That's quicker than going P&O. I've got to jack all the suspension up because the front of this truck is so low. We don't want to be grounding it out, and the trailer, we jack it all up as high as we can get it. Smashing for that. Bob's your uncle. Fanny's your aunt, as the saying goes. Right, breakfast time. Right then, here we go. So it's now just coming up to 9:30 in France. Nice smooth crossing, and a nice bit of breakfast. It's free on the DFDS, you don't have to pay. On the P&O it's $4.99. So that's a little bit of a bonus. But there's so many dinlos on this boat, you know, we've all got to wear a muzzle now, and they're walking around with either their muzzles off or the bloomin' beak out over the top of their muzzle. Now, you wouldn't walk round with your bloody bits and pieces hanging out over the top of your underpants, would you? Now, I find people keeping their beaks out offensive because they're not respecting anybody else's safety. Wearing a muzzle protects other people. Very limited protection to yourself. So I think that's just bloody rude. Well, we got the suspension all jacked up, so it's a little bit of a hard ride. Turn that light out, now you can see me, look. So I haven't been out through this Dunkirk port before, so I'm going to follow the bloke in front. Right, we can now let that down, and the trailer can go down. In fact, this looks simpler than Calais. Let's get some lights on. Oh dear. What a world we live in now, isn't it? Hey? It's madness. Absolute madness. Yeah, I think this looks a little bit more simple than Calais. Not so many officials about and stuff, because they are now. They're even going into drivers' personal fridges in their cabs and taking food out, like dairy products and meats and things like that. Well, they're not in there to be sold on to anybody else. They're there for us to survive on. You know, we wouldn't put them in there otherwise, would we? But they're taking them out. Not only is it a blasted waste, it's just, you know, it's nice to have the food that you're used to. Well, let's check this up again. We've got another bloody great ump here, look. Stick that up. Massive great ump. This the front of my truck would ground right out over this. Oh, here's a Dwan, look. So if you hit this a bit hard, that would ground right out. That is a bit aggressive, that one. Oh, he's looking, he's got a registration, he's got a list there he's looking for. So I'm not on the list. So there we go, that's we're at the port, look. That was easy, wasn't it? It was smashing. Right, we now let this trailer back down. I've let the truck back down to its ride height. And we're going to nip into the Purdue upper road here. I'm going to get a couple of boxes of wine to take back. Oh, that's something else of this stupid bloody Brexit, isn't it? We're only allowed 18 litres of wine now. I hope you lot that bloody voted for that are proud of yourselves. Not only has it ruined the job, it's ruined buying anything to take back in quantity. If only those people that voted were in my profession. It's totally ruined international trucking. All them people that sit in their little bubble of UK, oh, we don't want to be in the EU. Oh, it's alright for you, isn't it? You ain't got to work. It's not your livelihood you're threatening. All the aggro, all the paperwork, all the hours wasted, all the bureaucracy. I hope you're bloody proud of yourselves. Because at this rate I won't be doing it much longer. I hope you're proud of yourselves. Look at that bloody rattle. Oh. Well, the trailer's all nice and locked up. On this trailer we got what's called airlocks. So they automatic lock with the truck air. Plus obviously we got locks on them. So I've never been out through here before, so this is all new to me. It comes out up to the A16 and it goes past the lorry park at Dunkirk. I've parked in that a few times, two, three times. Plus you got a Purdue just round the corner. You still get the oiks trying to get on your truck, but I don't think they want to go to Germany, do they? And there's nowhere to hide on this truck anyway. It's a little bit different to the little one. There's a few hidey places they could get on. Yeah, it's all still going on and all that malarkey, but we'll see what happens in the next few weeks as far as me. If I don't get put on UK work, I'm going to have to sort of just make a massive decision, I think. Because I can't be fanning around like this. I tell you, see this Magnum going by here? There's so many of them still working in France. Actually, that's a Bulgarian or Romanian or something, but you see a load of them out here still. Still hope you're all alright, you know, because this is absolutely terrible times we're in, isn't it? Oh, while I'm thinking about it, I'd like to say hi to Jeffrey Runciman. He's checked in with me every single week for the past, well, since the pandemic started. Without fail, he's checked in on a Friday to see if me and Angie are okay.
After 700 yards, turn
see if it, you know, see how it's going. Here comes another Magnum, look. To see if we're okay and what's happening, because, you know, I was furloughed for all them months, wasn't I? And but yeah, with that, oh, look at this here. What's this coming around? Is that Kenworth? Oh, look at that. That's nice, isn't it? Yeah. So thanks for that, Jeff. You're a gentleman, and we really appreciate your kindness and support, looking out for us. And hopefully one day, mate, when all this is settled down and over, maybe we can
turn right.
We can meet up for a coffee or something somewhere. And I'd also like to say to there's somebody been binge watching lately, all hours of the day and night, and that's Peter Reynolds, and he's commenting and all that, and yeah, cheers mate, thanks for your support as well. Yeah, and thanks for your comments, it's good. But yeah, he's been binge watching lately. Flash. It's a polite Romanian. What we got here? Where are we? Is this the lorry park? So I don't really know where I am.
After 700 yards at the roundabout, take the second exit.
Well, I do. I'm in France. I'm Dunkirk, and I'm heading up towards the A16. Yeah, here's the lorry park on the left. So we go round this roundabout, take the third exit off, and there's Purdue over there. Look, we're nipping there, and God, what's this bloke doing? Look at him. He's been up on the bloomin'. Look, he's just pulling off of there. Christ. He's parked on this bloody centre bit here.
Take the second exit.
God.
Now exit.
So no, not here, Jane. We're going into Purdue. We're going to go in here and get a couple of boxes of wine for me and thee. And hopefully there's no undesirables in here. I'd really like to get outside the building, but I can't, so there we go. I'm not going to squeeze myself in. Right, be back in a mo. Right, that's the shopping done. I've got myself one of these cheeky little coffees. It's only €1, right? It comes out of a machine, but bloody hell, isn't it a lovely little coffee? It's really nice. It's just enough. And their wine's gone up. We used to get 4 3-litre boxes of I don't know, any of their ones of a certain range for £20. It's gone up, or €20. No, it was £20, but it's gone up now. You don't get that deal, so you have to pay. There's €671 each. So it used to work out at 20 quid. But anyway, it's still cheaper than at home. I think what I do, you know, I said earlier I'm using 2 cameras. Because I'm really sort of struggling with doing this vlog, I think I'm going to stick with my old camera that we all know, that I'll just flip round for the road and flip back for me, just for the time being. I'm not going to try and get fancy and clever with having different cameras and that. And just so I can get this vlog done without too much aggro. He's having a look around to see if there's any undesirables. I've just walked around mine, but like I say, there's not a lot of places to hide on this. So yeah, I'm going to stick that camera in the position that it was in the little truck, and just use the one camera, I think, for now, until I can sort of get my head around things again, and I might start getting a bit clever. I bought a blooming drone about 3 years ago. I've spent, I think it was about 600 or 700 quid on that. Never used it. Scared of it. Right then, let's go. So we're back on the old system now with this old camera. Look, not that I wasn't going to use it again, but I'm going to stick with what I know. Flip it that way for the road footage. Flip it back onto me if you want to see me. Anyway, it is exactly from here down to Dingolfing in Germany, 600 miles, and that will take us roughly, let's have a look, 12.5 hours. So it might be a little bit less.
Now turn left, then follow the road.
It might be a little bit more, but we've got to go around the houses a little bit here to get out. But it is much easier going into this Purdue than it is the one at Calais. I expect some of you have seen.
Now follow the road to the left, then turn left.
Yeah, right, Jane. Some of you have seen the chaos that goes on there. So this one is a little bit easier. There's not so many undesirables floating around here, but they are here, so you can't sort of let your guard down. You just got to have a little check round when you're done. Look.
Now turn left, then at the roundabout take the 4th exit.
Turn left here. So what we're going to do, we're going to go out onto the A16 down to the next junction, and I'm going to come off on the A25. I'm going to go via Lille. I don't like going up around Brussels and all that way, and out to Aachen that way. It bores me to tears, that road. It's fractionally longer, but not a lot.
After 200 yards at the roundabout take the 4th exit.
But I just prefer going that route. If you look on the right here, that DK truck parks. That's the truck park I was on about. It's not a bad place really. A bit noisy at night. You get your blooming changeovers and your fridge people and all that lot. But if you're lucky, you might get a reasonable night's sleep. But in this job, to tell you the truth, you would never get a decent night's sleep because there's too many people making row out there, and I just. Last night, oh, let's shut her up. Look, I know exactly where I'm going. Last night I just rung Angie at 10 o'clock. Let's straighten that up. Just rung Angie at 10 o'clock and I heard an old Mercedes start up. 10 o'clock, look. And thought, oh, he just run his engine up for 10 minutes or so before he goes to bed. Did he? How? I sort of settled down after talking to Angie about 10:30, it was still going. 11:15 it was still going. 11 o'clock it was still going. I managed to get to sleep, and then I woke up once more and it was still going. 1:30 it was still going. So that's 3.5 hours. You know what them old bloomin', well, old 106 there all smashed, look. You know what them old Mercedes sound like? Bloody row. And I heard someone blow his bloomin' air horns because he was obviously fed up with a bloke. Why did he get up, mate, instead of waking everybody else up that aren't already awake because of his bloomin' Mercedes engine, and bang on his door? But then 5 minutes later it went off. So that's 3.5 hours of that bloody row going on. Did he not think that that's annoying people? Other drivers need to sleep. How can he sleep with that row going on underneath him? Oh, din lows, I don't know. But this ain't very good, is it? This is the second time in a couple of weeks I've been stopped for this toll box we got. So I don't know what went wrong. Apparently it wasn't paying its toll last Tuesday. So I've just been and paid the bill. They're going to wait. They're just going to do the paperwork, and then they will let me go on my way. But I'm going to stop here and have a break now. The thing is, if I'd stopped in the services that they come out of, which I was going to, I wouldn't have been caught. But I suppose I would have been caught down the line. So, you know, at least it's done and dusted. But oh, this is getting on my nerves, all this lot. Right then, let's get out of here. So, been sitting there for just over an hour for absolute nothing because they got one digit wrong on the registration, the fools, the dinlows. Yeah, my registration starts with GN and they had G1. Not even a letter wrong, it was a number. So anyway, obviously I don't see this information until I've paid the fine. So I paid the fine on the company card that we've got. And I thought, that don't look right. And I wasn't even in this area at bloody 9:25 last Tuesday, come to think of it. So I goes back to her. Well, there's a pair of them in that bloody van, Muppets. I said, here, the registration plate's wrong. She looks at it. They had all my documents, all the plate and everything, you know, the MOT certificates and all the MOT, you know, the plate certificate, plating certificate and everything. So didn't they think checking the bloody registration against what they had on their system, the fools? So I've made them look like a couple of dinlows, absolute idiots. So anyway, they rings their boss, and about another 10 minutes on the phone. Oh, your company will have to ring, oh, my boss will ring your company now, give me your company. So I said, give me my money back. Oh, we can't pay it back. Oh, that's convenient, isn't it? 800 bloody euros. Fools. Now, we run dead legal. The one in Germany was a genuine mistake. The box wasn't set up right, and he was a nice bloke. He fined us the least amount he could. It was nothing. It was minuscule to what they just wanted of us. I'm telling you what the fine is because we're not guilty. So I've been sitting there now for an hour and 5 minutes, not really on a break. I was due a break, so I've had a break. I've now got to carry on because otherwise if I take it as a break, you know, I'm wasting more time. But God, these bloody idiots. I'm not very happy with it at all. I'm just sick of the job. It's one thing after another. It's all of it. You got people that can't do their bloody job and read registrations. They're supposed to be official people, for God's sake. Oh, I'm done with it. I am. I'm absolutely done with it all.
So many roads to go before the dawn. Just take my hand, don't let us come undone. You may not see the glow, but I see it shine. Keep holding on, cause we're too far from done. And I know you could be the one, cause we all live for the love. We all live for the love. Even though we've only begun, we give it all for the love. I'm out on the line, praying that our stars align. Until I'm yours and you are mine, I put my heart on the line. I'm out on the line, and I know that I'll be fine. Until I'm yours and you are mine, I put my heart on the line. Sometimes we lose our way, and we can't define the things that make us stay lost in time. I wake up every day to see a smile, and I put it all for you on the line. So I thought you could be the one, cause we all live for the love. We all live for the love. Even though we've only begun, we give it all for the love. I'm out on the line, praying that our stars align. Until I'm yours and you are mine, I put my heart on the line. I'm out on the line, and I know that I'll be fine. Until I'm yours and you are mine, I put my heart on the line. My heart on the line. My heart on the
That's us done at Muggendorf Autohof in Germany. I haven't put the cameras on for so long I forgot to vlog coming in, so I apologise for that. What a day. Started at 4:30 this morning, so it's 4:30 now. So I think 12 hours is enough. I'm getting very tired back there. So yeah, what about all that lot in Belgium getting stopped for no reason and being charged €800 for the pleasure of it, and the company's now got to fight to get their money back. So yeah, I found it hard to vlog today. You know, it's hard to get motivated when you're a little bit down and you're not happy with your job and life and stuff. But I'm sure a lot of people feel like that at the moment. You know, life's hard for all of us, really, isn't it? But yeah, it's I find it hard to vlog. I don't know if today's going to be any good. It's not up to my normal standard, I don't think. But I don't think the vlogs are going to be that much good from here on in anyway. I think we've done all the good stuff in the little truck, and if I haven't got my other half with me, I don't feel like I can sort of make anything worth watching, because we sort of bounce off of each other, as you know. I know I used to vlog before, you know, on my own before she retired. But you know, once you've sort of been down that route and got a bit of a format going, it's hard to sort of go back, isn't it? But we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, so that's it. I'm going to call it a day now. It's a day. Well, it's not. It's an evening. It's tea time. And I will see you next time. I'm not sure if I'm going to vlog tomorrow, but you will soon find out. Or maybe I will do it later in the week. Just see how I feel. But this is just sort of to get myself underway. I will do a little bit of a cab tour at some stage, but the trouble is, if I use my big camera, with these, it's got LED lights in here. I noticed this morning before I was going to use my big camera, it strobes with the camera, so that's not very good to look at. I don't even know if it is with this because I can't see these images. So if it's strobing, I do apologise. If not, we're all good, aren't we? So we'll just see how we go. But like I say, I think the job's played out. You know, so we've done all the fun and games. We've been all the good places. It's very hard to replicate that again, I think, in the state we're in now. Just doing this mundane job to Germany and back. But I don't think I'm going to be doing it for too long, especially after today and after the last 3 weeks, basically. So anyway, I'm not going to dwell on it. See you soon. Take care. Keep your hands clean and wear your muzzle. And don't leave your beak out over the top. See you later. Bye.